one and all, and welcome back to another thrilling episode of Off the Dome. I'm your humble Amir Jordan, and with me, as always, are our fabulous filmmakers. Say hi, fabulous filmmakers.
Hi, fabulous filmmakers.
Katie, Tamar, this is so exciting. We're here to talk about Mrs. Stanley. I'm so excited. Before we get into the Dynasty typewriter of it all, which is I don't want to say the most exciting thing, because obviously Mrs. Stanley is the most exciting thing. But it's a pretty good lineup at Dynasty typographer.
It's incredible. I cannot believe we got this lineup.
Yeah, but all right, let's talk.
Katie, by the way, I did that, and I appreciate her very much.
But let's talk. Tell the folks about Mrs. Stanley.
Yeah. I can, or Tamar, you can, or we can try to do it at the same time.
We do it at the same time.
Wow.
Mrs. Stanley came together. We have 3 hours for this interview.
Yeah.
We're gonna cool.
My son's in bed, so I'm good. I shoveled a grilled cheese into my face right before this. Ready to go.
Perfect.
Yes. Okay. So Mrs. Stanley came together when Katie and we just met for coffee after her father had passed and my uncle had passed, and we were just kind of having a conversation about grief and how there's, seems to be kind of like especially in our culture, just such a stigma surrounding grief and just talking about death in general. And so we were talking about our favorite movies about grief, and then we were talking about how much we love horror, and then we were like, we should make a movie about this, right?
Yes.
That's kind of it.
That is what happened. I think what specifically we were talking about with grief was when my father died, when your uncle died, there was, you're kind of like caught up in grief and you're not able to move on in those moments. Like, at least for a few months, that was all I was doing, was like thinking about my dad, very depressed. And I would like go to social media and my friends would be posting like videos and photos from like Italy. And for me, cause I'm petty, I was like, fuck all of you. Like, how can you possibly be going on a trip and posting photos when like my dad just died? Yeah. And so that was my reaction. But I think that it's just very like surreal to be like dealing with such intense emotions that are so negative, and then being like, wow, everyone else has like moved on and was never affected. Of course they weren't affected. They didn't know my dad. So I think it was just capturing that, like trying to be normal, and then you're just simply not normal in those times.
It's kind of like, you're like existing in the world, but and I think this is very relatable, not just for anyone who's experienced a death, but also, I mean, I experienced a similar thing when I went through a divorce. Like, it's like there's any kind of big moments where you are grieving something and you're living in this kind of vacuum where it kind of feels like the Twilight Zone, when, you kind of feel like you are just walking around and you're watching the world kind of exist, and it's kind of like you're watching like a show or a movie or something, and you have to play a character even though all you're doing is kind of like screaming inside. And so that, I think we were kind of really like we were talking about that, and then we were kind of talking about how different kind of coping mechanisms, and kind of like how does that manifest? And so I think I brought up my I had an alter ego when I was a kid named Mrs. Stanley, who was an old Jewish woman from the Bronx that I would just kind of do to make my parents laugh. And we thought it was a good name for a movie, and then we kind of based our character, our kind of or one of the protagonists or one of the heroes of the movie around this kind of alter ego.
Yes.
Katie, I have to ask then, because the last time we talked, yes, you were at home for your father's funeral. Yes. Were you feeling those feelings towards me for asking you to come on my pod at that time?
No, I definitely wasn't. It was more of like just being on social. I feel like, listen, if you're going through something big in your life, best to avoid social media. It was not like this, like I was definitely like still doing work and stuff like that, so that wasn't a big deal. But it was more of just like, I don't know, it was just a weird, maybe I had some anger that had to go somewhere at my extended relatives. and that's where it went. It kind of went to everyone on social media.
I mean, that's probably for the best.
Yes. I wrote a pilot about my extended relatives and my anger towards them. And unfortunately, I can't show anyone because it's very mean.
All right. So you mentioned Mrs. Stanley. It's about grief, but also horror. So could you give like a quick synopsis of what that looks like?
Yes. Yeah. It's should we try this? Should we try this together?
Same time.
So, well, again, it's kind of like trying to figure out how to visually and, kind of like in a movie convey everything that's really going on in your head when you're or everything that's going on in our weird heads when we're experiencing grief. I can't say that for everyone, but certainly Katie and mine. So, so basically it's essentially about this woman who goes back home to her dad's, to her old childhood home, and she lived with her dad, and he had recently passed. And so she's going through all of his old things and a lot of kind of past family trauma starts presenting itself when she starts having interactions with her extended family. So she starts having interactions with her step siblings and her mom and her stepdad. And that is very much triggering this old, long buried imaginary friend that she had when she was a kid. And when she was a kid, she ended up getting rid of Mrs. Stanley by electrocuting herself. And so,
that's the first scene of the movie.
Yeah, that's the first scene of the movie. And then after that, when we see her again, she's in her 30s, and she's kind of repressed this kind of like, childhood trauma. And then, as I said, these kind of like relatives are kind of bringing up this old trauma for her. And so her old coping mechanism starts coming out, and that is Mrs. Stanley. And so it starts presenting itself as kind of a voice inside her head, and then she ends up coming to life. And then we're not going to give away the ending, but it does get pretty horrific after that.
I would say like the humor comes from the other characters, like the extended family. It's funny. It's definitely like dark comedy, but also horror. And then I'd say the horror comes from this imaginary friend who has returned to our protagonist's life.
Yeah. Katie, this feels like this is the third in a Dropout trilogy of death movies, where like Izzy made Dead, yes. Or I guess that one actually is made, but like Rekha is making Vidya's Guide to the Afterlife, and now you're making Mrs. Stanley. What's happening over at Dropout? That everybody's just like, we've hit a certain point. Like I guess it's the like certain point in like the age of Dropout cast where like our dads are dying, time to make movies about it.
I think that Izzy and I have dead dads. And then I don't know what Rekha's deal is, but no, I have no idea. I don't know anything about that. I gotta talk to Rekha and figure out what that.
I think it's also like, not speaking for Izzy or Reika, but it's like, you know, there's so many different ways to cope with something. And I think for people that write comedy, it's kind of like, you know, coping with humor seems to be kind of one of those ways to do it.
Yes, definitely. And for me, I guess I've been feeling less drawn to like pure comedy, and a little bit more interested in kind of like genre bending and kind of actually trying to talk about something not in a humorous way all the time, but just like death is so relatable. So many of us have experienced it, and I don't know, it feels like I don't want to just like laugh about it. I want to also cry about it, and then I want to laugh more about it. But both things. And I hope that's what we bring to our Dynasty Typewriter show, because it's probably going to be sad at times, and then it's probably going to be, well, no, it will definitely be funny. Please come. Please come.
Oh boy, what a transition though. Speaking of Dynasty Typewriter shows.
Wow. Look at that. Look at me. It's like I've been interviewed before.
It's a professional. Hey, a fundraiser variety show for Mrs. Stanley. It is Sunday, July 13th at 7:30 Pacific. Unfortunately, only if you're in Los Angeles. Just kidding. Is a live stream.
Stream. Get your live stream ticket.
Yeah, it is a murderer's row of talent rocking up for this. How? I mean, just like you called every favor you got. Like, I mean, this
I really did. The cast is stupid good, and unfortunately it's like maybe the worst weekend for comedy because everyone's out of town. Like the audience, I'm like, I don't know if there's going to be an audience because it's the worst weekend to have something. It's like the weekend right after 4th of July, everyone is still out of town. But we really could use some more seats in there and live stream tickets, because every bit of money that we earn from this is going right to the film. And we're not doing like a traditional Kickstarter or anything yet. So this fundraiser is kind of how we're doing the money for the film. And so it's just super important that I've been going hard trying to get people to come. But it is actually like the best lineup I think I have ever put together.
Should we run through the lineup?
Yeah, I don't want to forget anyone, so I'm going to pull it up.
Yeah, it's a lot of people. Obviously, you and Tamar will be there. The most important people of the show, clearly.
I would say. Oh,
well,
sorry.
We will have some more very important people, such as.
Yes, we will. Hey. We have Tamar, which we already said. We have me. We have Lily Dew from Dropout and other things. We've got Oscar Montoya. We've got Dan Greger from Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. Also, he's written like a bunch of incredible movies. Super excited to get him. We've got Izzy Rowland, who everyone knows and loves. We've got Kimya did VIP, right?
Mm-hmm. Both seasons. Yep.
Twice. Kimya did VIP twice. You gotta come see. Raphael's emceeing. You'll get to see some Raphael stand-up.
It's
very good. I've seen him do stand-up. It's very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's gonna do like he's gonna MC, and then he's gonna do the stand-up in between the sections. So it's gonna be like a full variety show, right? Like we have our improv, we have our stand-up. Keep going, Kate.
Well, we have, and then we have Bobby Moynihan, who's huge. Also one of the nicest people I've ever met. And I'm super excited for him. We've got Vic coming in with Tamar. They're going to be doing showing us behind the scenes, never before seen footage from the last season of VIP, and then it will lead into a Q&A. This is probably your only time for the live stream viewers at home and the in-person viewers to ask questions of both of them and have them answered. So that's going to be super exciting. And then we've got Jaquise Neal, and then for me, as a huge fan of this person, we've got Atsuko Okatsuka, who's blowing up in a
monster
wild way.
Yeah.
Like every billboard in LA is Atsuko. Like I cannot believe we got her. I'm so excited for her.
Yeah. And her comedy special just came out on Hulu, and then she's going to be touring right after us, and I think in probably much bigger places than, bigger venues than Dynasty. Yes. Dynasty is probably one of the most fun, but yeah, she's going to be doing bigger ones. So this is definitely the chance to see like a more intimate set from her, right?
Yes, exactly. If you want to just, Dynasty. I love Dynasty Typewriter, by the way. It's like the perfect theater. Yeah, but if you just want to see her in LA or just on your couch doing stand-up, 20 minutes of stand-up, then this is kind of your opportunity, I think.
It's so wonderful. I'm so excited. Yes. I will admit I don't have my live stream ticket yet. But obviously I'm gonna get one. Look. I'm so tired.
I know. I feel it.
I was gonna do it. I was like, oh, what'd be fun is if I bought it live, like in the interview, and like that was my thought process. And then I was like, oh, I would have to put my credit card number in. Like I couldn't show that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
What if we
no. I don't think I should.
Okay, I'm gonna stop. I was about to pitch that anyway, and then I was gonna kind of, we'll talk through it later, but let's definitely make that happen for you.
Yeah, look, I'll buy the ticket. I just don't want to show the internet my credit card number. Okay, that's the fair. Important part of this part. Yeah.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah, I'm really excited. It's such a good lineup.
It really
I just got to meet Jaquise. He was touring with Comedian Clash in Texas.
Yes.
Just such a good dude, but also like such a good host.
Literally the best host.
Yeah.
He has my favorite show to do. I will drop like literally anything if I get asked to do that show. It's so much fun.
So much fun.
We're very lucky to have him as well doing this. Yeah, every single person we booked, I was like, oh my God, this lineup is outrageous.
It's wild. Tamar, do you want to just like obviously we'll see it, but do you want to for people who are obsessed with very important people, couldn't be me, what can you tease that we have not seen before that will be shown that night?
Oh my gosh, explosions, fireworks, thunderstorms,
huge injuries,
a lot of injuries, a lot of sex. A lot of
full penetration.
Oh yeah, very graphic. It's the more graphic. It's the graphic stuff that we weren't able to show on the streaming platform.
Yeah.
It is going to be not that, but it's going to be as exciting as everything I just said.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, no, we will not be showing you sex.
No, or explosions.
No,
or any of those things, but the feeling that you'll get is going to be equally as excited.
Yeah, you're going to feel like you were watching sex,
right?
But you wouldn't have been.
Right, it's even better.
Man.
Even better.
I posted a clip to TikTok today where someone said it was a clip with Abria, and she said, "I feel like I'm on drugs," and that clip has 200 views, which is the worst video mine has done, because TikTok hates it when you say those words. So in my head, everything you just said, I was like, I can't put any of this on TikTok.
I just said, bleep it out.
I can I'll put it on Instagram. They don't do anything there.
It's
what
true.
I really meant to say is that we are going to have these really never before seen clips that are featuring some of the people that are performing at the show, and you might see some more breaks from Vic and guests. You might see some different angles that you've never seen. Yeah. You might see a couple green screen moments you've never seen before. And it's going to be very entertaining and not sexable. No sex.
And you only see it if you buy a live stream or in-person ticket. Otherwise, this is not going online anywhere. So, and also this Q&A, I feel like very lucky that we got Vic and Tamar, because the thing is, you're not going to be able to see it unless you're watching it on the live stream, which is available for 2 full weeks. If you can't make the actual date, you have 2 full weeks to watch the live stream. So it's very worth it.
Yeah, no, it's one of the things I love that Dynasty Typewriter does this so often, offers these live streams, and specifically that you can watch them after the fact, because as someone who lives in the central time zone and has a 4-year-old, the odds of me starting a show at 9:30 and being like still going strong an hour in, no chance.
That's very fair.
But also, to be fair, I am probably not the target audience for Q&A with Vic and Tamar. I have had a few opportunities to ask them questions.
That's true.
But everybody else gets to ask those questions. But speaking of questions, a professional transition right here.
Wow.
I reached out to the folks on my Patreon to see if they had any questions for the two of you. And someone wanted to know, and obviously, Katie, I'm sure you've thought of it, is there a part in this movie for Michael Cera?
Listen, Michael, this is just for Michael. No one else listen. Michael, if you want to ever be in anything that I make ever, I accept. You don't even have to audition. And let's make something happen. Like, have your people call me. I don't have a team anymore. But because I was actually dropped when my dad died by my manager and agent. So just call me directly. We'll put my number down here. Just kidding. We will not do that.
I could put the fake number down.
Well, no, I guess not fake.
Yeah, I could put your the voicemail number. It wouldn't be helpful for him.
No. But yeah, but so that's just sort of my standing offer for Michael Cera. Yeah, anytime you want to collab, I'm game.
Yeah,
buddy.
And I'm going to assume that if he was on set and was having a conversation with a screenwriter, do you have any idea what I'm about to say? Because it's a clip that I saw a whole bunch. You probably wouldn't tell him to. You probably wouldn't call him out in front of a bunch of people like Tom Cruise did on Tropic Thunder.
No.
Okay.
No, I would not. Wait, Tom Cruise. Oh yes, Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Okay. In my head, I thought you meant who's that other guy? Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
No, he was not Tom Cruise. I saw that clip on TikTok where he was yelled at. Michael, I just want to say that I'm on your side. That was unprofessional of Tom Cruise.
You guys, I have no idea what you're talking about at all.
Do you know who Michael Cera is?
Yeah, I like him. I know, I'm familiar. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. These are two people who are too online, is what you just witnessed.
I am also familiar with Tom Cruise, so we can start that as the base of the conversation.
Tropic Thunder. How about that? The movie. Michael Cera.
I remember that one. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Michael Cera shows up to set. Apparently, is saying something to a screenwriter, and Tom Cruise turns while this is happening. Is like, is that Michael Cera fucking talking in the middle of a take?
Yes.
And
he said it as it was a joke. Like, it was a joke. That's what Michael Cera said. But he said that was the one time he was on set with him.
Yeah,
which is funny.
Oh. It's the joke that you absolutely didn't like. You're like, well, I have to present this as a joke, otherwise people would think I'm an asshole. Right. But
yes, but fully, you need to be quiet.
Yes. That is what happened. But also, Katie is obsessed with Michael Cera. That's the other half.
The other half of that. Okay. The other half of that is that I love Michael Cera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody else wanted to know, and I think this is such a fabulous question. Let's say Mrs. Stanley is headlining a film festival. What are the other movies that you're putting in to that film festival that builds correctly to where you hit? To me, I'm going to throw Drop Dead Fred into the ring because of imaginary friends and things.
You know what's funny, Jordan, is that was actually one of the movie. I was like, okay, so I don't think that it holds up, but I remember it being the best movie that was ever made. And then I was talking to Katie about it, and then I looked it up on Rotten Tomatoes, and I think it had something like 18% or maybe even lower on Rotten Tomatoes. But I remember it being award-winning content. So yes, definitely Drop Dead Fred for sure.
What else? I feel like
Maybe wait. So are we saying like kind of comps to Mrs. Stanley?
Yeah,
like kind of
like you're
to...
putting together like a screening of a bunch of a movie marathon of a bunch of things that
that are kind of similar.
At the end of it, people are like, Mrs. Stanley, let's go.
Okay, that's a great question.
Like for me, just like in terms of visuals, like Lisa Frankenstein, had just like really fun. This is going to have some really fun wardrobe for sure. And then I was going to say, Tamar, are we allowed to say? Oh, Serial Mom. Yes, Serial Mom for sure.
Serial Mom. Oh, and then I would say like probably like John Waters is kind of a big inspiration for we made like a visual deck and we have a lot of John Waters on there. We have Edward Scissorhands on there, some Edward Scissorhands
visually. It's going to be a very visual movie.
Yeah.
Obviously.
And then as far as like thematically, maybe like the Babadook, kind of like I'll throw in the Babadook, right? Because we're talking a little horror too.
Yeah, definitely. I was going to say, Tamar, are we allowed to say who Mrs. Stanley is?
Yes. Right? I think.
I don't know.
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
We have we have our Mrs. Stanley.
I think, you know what? I think we can say it. Let's say it. On the count of
if you can't, I will cut. I'll cut right here so that people will be very upset about it.
Okay, good.
Oh, I love that too. No, we can say it. Let's just.
We can say okay. Mrs. Stanley is being played by Arden Myron.
Oh, that's very good.
Yes. It's very good casting.
Yeah.
We're very excited, and she's like killing it right now. Actually,
truly.
I believe she's an Atlanta film. She was just on The Righteous Gemstones, and then I'm so bad at this, but here, let me look.
She's booking things so much that it may be, difficult to schedule this shoot, but we're very excited. She was our dream cast. Like she was our number one on our list, and we got her. And then we're going to have some other very exciting people in the movie as well. They're just not signed on yet, but I can assure you, if this movie gets funded from this typewriter show, Dynasty Typewriter Show, like we're going to deliver. It's going to be great. I promise you. Look at me. Do I seem like I'm joking? Because I'm not.
No.
Sorry about that.
To be fair, I often don't know when you're joking or not.
That time I was not joking. Sorry. Oh my God, I said joking. I was not joking. No. I'm serious.
You're going to deliver. No, that I do believe that you look, if the lineup of Dynasty Typewriter is any indication, you got the pull to get in a killer cast.
Vic is in the movie. I forgot to say, Vic is in the movie.
There you go.
Vic's in the movie. Yeah.
And we also have a wonderful team, and some of the team you might know from VIP that's doing the movie. And we have a couple really great producers.
Movie. Sorry, I'm also in the movie.
Katie's in the movie. We can say that Katie's in the movie.
Yeah,
Katie's
we can say I'm in the movie.
I'll cut that part.
But I'm not gonna star in it. I have a very fun role that I really wanted. And Vic
do you get to play one of the horrible relatives?
Yes, I do. Mm. Vic and I are horrible relatives together.
I love that.
Yeah, so it's gonna be great. Yeah.
I mean, that's so much fun. Yeah, I mean, a super mega movie star Vic Michaelis returning hot from Hungary. I think that's where they were. They were somewhere in Europe.
They were in Hungary, in Budapest.
Yeah. Budapest.
It was fun, like seeing like when the end of that trip was coming, and Vic was like, "Please put me in your improv shows. I'm so desperate to get on stage." And I'm so excited, like that like they get to come and be part of this like really really cool, this really cool show. It's very cool. as you're thinking about, well, Tamar, I assume you're directing.
Yes.
I hope so. I hope I can. No, I definitely, yes, I'm directing it. And then Katie and we co-wrote it. And then Katie is one of the stars in it. So we are.
I will say Tamar has like the best visual like eye I've ever seen. Like I went to Tamar's house. It was incredibly decorated in a way that I was like, "What? You should be in like a billionaire like interior designer. Like that's how good you are." But then also like Tamar's photography and just like the sort of like what she's put together for this movie already, like how we're shooting, where we're shooting, what things look like, is like just something I could never do. It's like so impressive.
Do you know how I knew you went to Tamar's house? You had an audition tape standing in front of a wall of VHSs.
Yes. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that's how you know.
I think someone commented saying like, "I like your background" or "I like your backdrop" or something.
Yeah, that was my friend who was like, "Where's this backdrop?" And I was like, "Not a backdrop, fully a wall of VHS tapes."
I saw a few comments that were like, "I want that wall of VHSs," and I was like, I've seen that wall before.
Yeah, and the wall just gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and that is all my partners doing. And like every single day, he gets a new. There's a new box comes from eBay, and I'm like, okay, you got more VHS, and he just. I mean, I would say like once a month, he's like constructing a new shelf for the VHS.
Wow.
It's intense.
Does he watch them all?
He does. I mean, I don't think he's seen every single one of them, but he's seen at least 85% of them. And there's over 1,000 there.
Whoa.
It's intense. Wild. Yeah. It's so nerdy, but I also love it, clearly.
So the most important question then, Mrs. Stanley on VHS?
Ooh, yes, I love that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And every single one of the VHS movies on the wall is horror, and so we will be adding Mrs. Stanley to the wall of VHS.
Yes,
absolutely.
Yay!
Perfect. Yeah. I mean, obviously. I guess we're probably too early to start talking physical media. But yeah, I mean,
no. I think that this is kind of like the secret. Like you start like talking about the. It's like we're manifesting. We're talking about it, and it's going to happen.
Yeah, I love that. I mean,
we're making it's first we're doing a short and then we're doing the feature just to get things sort of out there. Right, Tamar? Am I wrong?
No, that is correct.
Is that the plan?
Yeah, we're doing a short, which is like kind of a scene, but it exists as its own short film, and we're doing that as proof of concept to get funding for the feature. And that's because we're really trying to do this without a Kickstarter. We'll see. Yes. We're kind of like going to figure out how it works here. But we're going to do the fundraiser first. We're doing the short. And then in the meantime, we are going to finish the feature script, and then we'll make the feature.
Yeah.
So why not the Kickstarter route? It's been pretty successful for folks in specifically Katie's circle very recently.
Yes, it's true. I think things have become a little bit more complicated since my friends all did Kickstarters, just with politically speaking. So for us, it just felt like, can we ask people to give us money when things are so like overpriced and stuff like that. But so ideally we're going to be able to make the short.
Putting it off the table. Yeah, like
it's not putting like if
it's just
we're trying it this way first. Yeah. But it just like I think things have just become a little bit too like even it just feels like a lot of people are out of work and like asking, I don't know, at least this way we're providing a very cool service, which is the show in exchange for money. So hopefully people feel like that's really worth it. But if we don't raise enough, like this is like very much so our dream. We really want to make the short first and then the feature. So like, we might end up doing a Kickstarter later, but hopefully things will have improved by then.
Yeah. Things are looking up, gang.
I think we're all pretty positive about it.
Great news out of Congress the last 2 days.
Yes, the last 2 days.
That's just crying.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, we're recording this on July 2nd. The
horrible,
big, beautiful bill passed the Senate yesterday.
Exactly. So with that happening, no, we simply can't do a Kickstarter right now. Izzy and Reika like truly benefited from timing, and yeah, I mean, yeah, support, but also like support indie films. Like everyone's complaining about like, it's just like a constant Marvel movies. Like everything's a sequel or like remake of something. And like, if you want really fresh material that you've never seen before, like indie filmmaking is like the way to go, and you have to support it because it's people like us who like, we're not independently wealthy. I don't have generational money. Like if I want to make something, I got to do it this way. So yeah,
all
just
Tamar's money is tied up in VHSs.
Exactly.
So. Like, apparently it is. Yeah, against my will, but yes.
Oh man, can I say, speaking of sequels, this is not related to your movie in any way. I just learned that Spinal Tap is making a sequel that's coming out on September 12th of this year, and I've never been more excited for a sequel in my life. Yeah, had no idea.
Sometimes they're fun.
Hold on, you froze while you said what was coming out, and so now I don't know what's coming out. Say it again.
Spinal Tap.
Oh my god, I know. I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
I didn't know until literally today that like, first of all, the movie's back in theaters this weekend, and then like, this is Spinal Tap 2, The End Continues. Perfect title.
That's great.
September 12th. I'm not here to plug other movies, but I just did a whole bunch. I'm very sorry.
No, I'm glad you did, because I've been talking about, since it was announced, I've been so excited to watch this. I'm gonna watch it as it comes out.
Yeah, I don't like. I'm so online.
One of the best.
I don't know how I missed it. Yeah.
Ever. Yeah.
But soon to be replaced, obviously, by Mrs. Stanley as one of the best movies ever.
Yes. And Izzy's movie and Rika's movie. Check those out. Support them as well.
They made their money already. You don't have to support them anymore.
True.
I guess you should go see them. Go see them when they come out.
But now help us.
Now do the emotional support for Rika and Izzy, and do the monetary support for Katie and I.
Yes. There we go.
Actually, we could also use emotional support. Well,
actually, ours is all about death also. So yeah.
It's the Dropout Death Trilogy. Like
it is the Death Trilogy. I didn't even think about that. It's literally all three of us little death babies.
Yeah.
That's what they call us.
Yep.
We do. It's true.
Death babies.
Here's you just got we're talking physical media now. We've already got the VHS, but get all three of those DVD box set.
Oh my god!
It's the Death Trilogy.
We actually do need to do that. Actually, that would be a fun if the three of us had our movie premiere at the same time. Would be very fun. That's just a side note for myself. Plan something.
I do love Death Babies. Yeah. I can
Death
picture it right now. Trilogy, VHS.
And it's like me, Reika, and Izzy in diapers with binkies, and we're just like, Mimi, Death, and then it's so cute. People love that.
And then the D in Death is the like smiley face Dropout logo.
Yes,
Death
exactly.
Baby, so that people know.
And Dropout's like, wait, we're not associated with
they're like,
any of these.
On this. Why are you using our name?
Please stop it. Yeah.
And you just be like, look, you don't own colon D.
That.
You don't own that.
And they're like, yes, we do. Stop using Dropout as your marketing pitch.
I guess there's a fourth Dropout movie coming. It's the Zach Reno and Jess McKenna are making a movie, but it's about mock trial. I don't think anybody dies in it. Who cares?
No.
Get out of here with your non-death movies.
Don't even support them. No, I'm just kidding. Please support them as well. Actually, I do. I'm excited for that one as well. But it is. It's definitely. It's a different kind of a thing. They're not death babies.
They're not in the death baby club.
Me, Reika, and Izzy. So
yeah. Look. as a also death baby,
yes, you are a death baby,
long dead dad over here. I love the exploration of dead dads. I don't know. It's just there's something that's like, I don't know, Katie, if we talked about like the like deeply upsetting like Ted Lasso like dead dad like arc storyline.
No. I actually didn't know about that. I've never seen that show.
I haven't either.
It's a very good show, and his dad is dead in the show.
Wow.
And at some point you find out why. And people started texting me when a certain episode came out, and I was like, uh-oh. They were like, hey, have you seen Ted Lasso yet? And I was like, oh, this doesn't seem like it's going to go well for me. Anyway, I cried harder than I've ever cried at a show before, which was a weird experience.
Of course. Yeah, I get that. That's me and cancer, anything with cancer. I tried to rewatch a movie that I loved when it came out, Other People. And I was like, maybe this will be good for me, because sometimes I have a hard time like understanding my feelings. And so I was like, maybe if I watch this, I'll kind of like understand. I don't know. It's like exactly what I went through. And then I put it on and I was like, nope. Like watch like maybe 30 seconds of it. And I was like, oh no, this is a horrible idea. I cannot watch this.
Yeah.
I don't think our movie's going to be that level, because it all happens post-death.
Right.
So it's really just her.
It's funny.
Yeah. Yes, it is funny.
Yeah,
it is
funny. And it's not depressing. It's funny and it's scary. No, and it's not. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not going to depress you. It's not going to.
No.
Yeah.
It's going to leave you at the edge of your seat wanting more of it.
You're going to want us to do a sequel. I promise you. You're going to want us to do a sequel.
I'm thrilled. Should we start like brainstorming Mrs. Stanley 2? Like,
yes.
like start brainstorming now. Like, what is the colon, whatever, like I guess
Mrs. Stanley 2, the death babies come back.
I would love to have Izzy and Renka in the sequel.
Yeah. Electric Boogaloo feels good, since there is an electrifying element to it.
We could steal that title.
Yeah, Dropout presents Mrs. Stanley Electric Boogaloo.
Dropout definitely presents it.
Yeah, for sure. We're gonna get sued by Dropout.
And whoever owns the rights to Electric Boogaloo.
Yes. Truly.
Now we're definitely promising things that we cannot promise.
Nobody thinks that part of this is true.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I would say like so obviously like the show coming up at Dynasty Typewriter, then into like movie making, whatnot. What are you excited about? What are you nervous about? Like, how are you feeling about like where you're at in all of this process?
I've been having so much fun working with Katie, and like I text her like all the time saying this, but like I don't know, like it was such a good partnership, and I feel like this is the first time that we've ever written together, and it's like it's just been such like a great, I don't know, like I just feel like we write and then it just like time just goes by really quickly, and we're like, oh my god, this is like we're just, I don't know, we kind of like just meld minds. It's incredible. Like it's just I feel like the experience of it has just been really awesome. And then I think it's just like tonally, I think it's something that I've been wanting to do for a long time, and I know same with Katie, and so it really just was kind of like a really really good timing as far as just kind of us doing something together, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, it came right when I think we both needed it. And yeah, I would agree. Like after writing sessions, we would look and be like, wait, we just did all of that in an hour and a half. Like we just wrote a wild amount that we're really proud of. And that's always like the good thing for me is like when I reread something that I've been working on and I'm like, wait, this is actually really good. Because it used to, sometimes I'm just like, oh, this isn't working. Like something about this, I'm going to have to put this aside. But this one is different. It's like, wow, this is really powerful and really good.
Yeah. And I think it comes from it's not forced. And I think, for me, it's like the funniest stuff is also in a certain way, it also has the most kind of like relatability to it as well, because, you know, people really like laughing at like funny because it's true type of things. And so, you know, even though it is kind of a very like out there movie, it is grounded in our experience, and, you know, it's very relatable. And so I think that when we were writing it, it was really cathartic for us both. And, you know, not to speak for you, Katie, but like it was very cathartic for me, you know, and so like just being able to work together and having so much fun writing it, but then also having this kind of like, you know, it's like we're writing, it's very personal, but at the same time, it's completely out there. And so there's something really creative about it, but then also really therapeutic about it. And I think so just kind of the, you know, the cheesy line, like the journey is, you know, should be as good as the destination. And so I think like the journey has been really, really great. And I have been able to like really like visually see the movie like since we really started it. And so I think like every step of the way, writing it and then doing the show for it, and then you know, starting to get into pre-production for it, it's kind of just making it more and more real. You know, and for me, like every element of production is like more fun than the next. So I think that like, you know, it's just been so fun, honestly, working on it.
Yeah, truly.
Oh, that's so fun. I think, God, this is such a weird thing to reference. I think it was the creator of Everybody Loves Raymond. What a weird thing what a weird way to start the sentence. I think it was, though. And he talked about how, like, weirdly, the more specific you get, the more people feel it applies to them. Because, and I think he was literally like, yeah, I don't, like, people will be like, yeah, I don't have, like, my mom and dad living across the street, that my brother also lives with them, but like I have weird parents, or what, you know, like like they can like apply something to themselves, that even though like the situation is so specific, that it's as opposed to what you would, I think the natural thought is like the broader we write it, the more people relate to it. But for some reason, like the more specific in your own personal instances, people are like, oh no, like I can relate to this because I also have, like, you know, an imaginary friend memory, or, you know, whatever it is.
Yeah, definitely. That makes sense to me.
Yeah. Katie, then I assume like you seem to be like 100% on board as well, of like the journey has been good.
Yes, definitely. Really enjoyed it. Yeah, it was like, yeah, I think it was just like exactly what I needed and what I continue to need. I just wish the, you know, fundraisers make me anxious. So I'm like, I can't wait for this part to be over, the show. But it's just because it's like, weird July weekend where I'm like, oh no, we picked the worst July weekend. No,
it's going to be great. And everyone can go to Dynasty Typewriter.
Are you buying your ticket right now?
I was going to. DynastyTypewriter.com. That is the website. I thought it would fill in so much faster than it did. It didn't. Not in any of your faults.
It was my fault.
I don't go to the website that often.
You can actually, if you follow me on Instagram, just click right on my bio, and then tickets will be right there.
You can
also just go to DynastyTypewriter.com and then find their calendar. Scroll to Sunday, July 13th. Book yourself a ticket.
The live stream is only $15. What a bargain. What an absolute bargain this is.
Truly.
Purchaser information. This is where I don't want it to be on camera, as I'm putting in my email address and credit card information.
Do it. Come on, say it out loud.
I think he is planning on putting it at the bottom.
Put it at the bottom of the screen, your credit card number. And
right next to your actual phone number.
Yeah, do that.
Great.
That'd
Tickets
be wild.
Ordered. Great. So other folks want that, you go to Katie's Instagram, the link is in the bio, as they say. If you're in LA,
in my bio too. You can go to either of them, or both, and get 2 tickets.
Get 2 tickets. You want to buy one from the link in my bio, and then the one in the link in Tamar's bio.
Different shows entirely.
Yep.
But yeah, July 13th. 7:30 Pacific, Dynasty Typewriter, or anywhere that you have access to an internet connection for the full 2 weeks after that. But like Katie, nice? You said that folks, tomorrow you have the Q&A with Vic. You will be taking questions both in person and online. So like if people have ever wanted.
And Katie is going to moderate the Q&A.
I am.
Yeah.
Amazing.
We're going to be asking tough questions.
The hard hitting ones. I'm already nervous, to be honest.
Yeah.
The questions.
I'm
ready. I'm mentally preparing myself.
Katie, I'll text you some real tough ones.
Yeah, please.
Before, I don't know why I did it anyway. Look, it's 8:30 p.m. for me. It's time for bed.
Is it time for bed? What time do you go to bed?
No, I go to bed at like 11.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it's
time for you to unwind a little.
Yeah. I'm gonna go watch an episode of The Bear and relax.
Perfect. Eat a second grilled cheese.
I do have half a grilled cheese. It was a very big piece of sourdough bread, so I cut it in half and ate half of it, and I have half waiting for me.
That is something to look forward to.
Pretty jazzed about it.
That's gonna be great.
Katie, I'm so excited for the show. I'm so excited for Mrs. Stanley. I'm so excited for both of you working together. Obviously, here you guys just do stone faces. I'm so excited for Katie to be in season 3 of Very Important People.
No. You know what? Maybe I'll walk. I'll walk in frame, or I'll sneak on. They'll be like, "Katie, get out of here."
Katie just walks in and goes, "Mrs. Stanley," and runs away.
We have this kind of the same way that we're gonna get Mrs. Stanley on Dropout as well. It's all. We're just gonna force it.
Truly.
It's viral marketing against Dropouts. Well, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Thank you both so much.
Thank you.
Everyone go get your tickets.
Please.
I don't know how to interview, so I'm just going to hit stop recording.
Wonderful.
Yay.